Hi, and welcome to Horror Recapped. Today, we will be discussing a 2003 French horror film titled Dead End. Beware, spoilers ahead, watch out, and take care. The movie starts with the family in a car. The father, Frank, complains about being late for a visit to his mother-in-law's on Christmas Eve. His wife, Laura, his son, Richard, his daughter, Marion, and her boyfriend, Brad, are the occupants of the car. The family falls asleep in the vehicle, including the driver, Frank. The car almost collides with an oncoming vehicle, but Frank moves the car to the side at the right time, preventing an accident. He refuses for anyone to drive except him. Frank passes another route, thinking it would prevent him from sleeping. The once frightened family continues their journey as they chit-chat and sing Christmas songs. As the car passes through the path surrounded by woods, Frank notices a woman wearing white and holding a baby wrapped in white cloth. He offers her a ride. Marion, not feeling comfortable, comes down from the car to refresh herself, telling her parents she would catch up with them. Marion, during her stroll, takes out a pack of cigarettes to smoke. On her stroll, she recites a speech on how to break up with Brad. The woman in white refuses to answer any question asked by Laura and Frank, who wanted to be of help. Richard, feeling suffocated from the offensive odor coming from the baby wrapped in a cloth, alights from the car to take a stroll. Richard enters the bush. Since there wasn't any signal on their phones, Frank drives the car to the entrance of a house. He walks into the house together with his wife to make an emergency call, leaving behind Brad, Marion's boyfriend, and the woman in white. Brad tries to start a conversation with the woman. He tells her about his plan to propose to Marion tonight at her grandma's house. She ignores him. Later, she answers him by introducing her baby as Amy. She offers for Brad to carry her baby. He accepts, but asks why she covered the face of the baby with a cloth. She replies saying she is dead. Brad is shocked by the revelation. He quickly opens the wrap of the baby, only to find what looks like the corpse of a baby in the cloth. A scream is heard coming from outside. The parents run out of the house, including Richard, from the woods. They don't find Brad and the woman in the car. Marion, who is on her way to meet her parents, sees a black car with tinted windows. As the car passes her, she sees Brad screaming for help through the window, untinted at the back of the car. This scares her, and she runs to her parents for help. They drive fast to catch up with the black car, but Frank stops on the way. This is because he bumped into something. He comes down from the car with a torch in his hand. He sees Brad's mutilated body lying lifeless on the ground. The entire family comes down to see his body. Marion faints, while the rest stare in horror at the sight before them. They decide to report the case to the police and go in search of a police station nearby. They are confused about the direction since they've never passed this route before. It seems to never end as they continue to drive for a long time. The time keeps showing 7:30 p.m. all through their journey. Frank turns the radio on to hear a baby crying. Frustrated and upset, he turns off the radio. Marion, all through the drive, is shocked and doesn't utter a word. She stays like this even when her parents are arguing until the car hits a tree. This makes everyone go quiet. Marion takes the opportunity to tell her parents that she is pregnant. Their parents are in shock, but know it isn't the right time to lash out at anyone, as they have to fix the wheel of their car before continuing their search for a police station. Richard goes into the bush while listening to music with his headset placed over his head. The woman in white appears in front of Richard and starts kissing him. Richard, enjoying the heat of their romance, begins to hunger for more. It comes to an end after she bites off his lips, causing him to bleed. Richard's family, after working together to fix the wheel, begins calling out to him. He doesn't respond. The same black car passes them with Richard at the back screaming for help. They begin to trail the black car until they bump into something again. They get out of the car to see Richard's mutilated body lying lifeless, just like it had happened to Brad. Richard's body is packed into the boot of the car. Marion presents a gun to her dad. She had planned to give it to Uncle Mike for Christmas. They continue their unending journey, which always leads them to a sign reading, Marcotte, Frank tries to find his way using a star and a map, but to no avail. Frank, out of frustration, gets down from the car. He sees Laura with a gun, behaving weirdly. She attempts to shoot herself, but stops to shoot Frank in the leg. Marion gets a first aid kit and helps nurse her father's wound. Marion offers to drive, but he declines. Laura was hallucinating about seeing people in the woods and her friend that died about 20 years ago. Laura comes out of the moving car and Frank turns the car around, but she is nowhere to be found. Frank and Marion are in shock, as there is no way she could have left that fast without them seeing the direction she went. Frank and Marion see the black car coming again. Frank is quick to take his gun out and shoots at the car, causing the black car to reverse. Immediately, Laura comes out looking disheveled. Blood drops down her neck and head, and her skull is visible. Laura is able to talk, but she dies afterward. Frank, in great grief, listens to his daughter and allows her to drive for the first time since the journey. He makes a list of what to do after he comes out of this dilemma. They continue their journey, which leads to the same sign, Marcotte, on and on. They decide to walk into the woods to find their way. It only leads them to the exact spot where their car was packed. But this time the headlights, which were off before they left, are now on. The car doors are still locked. Though they're scared, they have to drive the car. This time they find themselves in front of the house they had gone to make an emergency call. Frank is frustrated that they are only moving in circles. He asks for his alcohol, which Marion throws away. This makes Frank angry and he hits her, causing her to lose consciousness and fall. He helps her into the car's back seat. Frank sees the woman in white again. He chases her into the woods while shooting at her. Marion wakes up to see that her father is missing, and she hears a voice saying, "He is dead." She tries starting the car, but it fails due to being short on fuel. Marion walks on the lonely street and sees her father's lifeless body covered with a black cloth. She is crying when the woman in white appears before her. The black car comes behind her. Marion begins to tremble, but the woman in white passes Marion and enters into the black car, saying, "He is not here for you." Marion finds herself in a hospital called St. Luke Hospital. There, she meets a doctor named Dr. Marcotte in a white lab coat and a man in black. The man in black introduces himself as the man who helped Marion from an alleged car accident and brought her to the hospital for treatment. The man in black offers Dr. Marcotte a ride with the same black car that haunted the family. The two men are seen cleaning the scene where the incident had happened. After the car is towed, they complain about having to work on Christmas Day. A to-do list is noticed by the duo. It reads, "Be the coolest grandfather." And that's a wrap for Dead End. Let's know your thoughts in the comments section. If you would like to look into other movies with us, then be sure to click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video. Thanks for watching.